Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are looking to buy a Dexcom ONE Plus but you are not sure about it, this video is perfect for you as I will explain what is my experience with it. Don't go anywhere. I've been using Dexcom ONE Plus for more than 1 year now. Before that I used Dexcom G6 for 4 years and a half. In this video I will share my experience comparing Dexcom ONE Plus versus Dexcom G6. Make sure you stay until the end of this video as I will share one tip I used to get faster, more accurate readings from Dexcom ONE Plus. I switched from G6 to ONE Plus mainly to see how the new model performs. I didn't have any particular issue with G6, I was okay with it, but always thinking to try the new technology coming in. So researching, I had this option with Dexcom ONE Plus, and I made the switch thinking to give it a go and see if it's better or not. ONE Plus captured my attention because of the new size, which was much smaller, the size of a coin basically. G6 wasn't bigger, but this was much smaller, so yeah, in this case smaller is better. And also the price tag for it, it's considerably lower than G6. Now I will show you 5 points which I like about Dexcom ONE Plus. First one is the size. As I said earlier, it is tiny compared to G6, and this makes a difference. Usually I wear the sensor on the back of my arm, and I find it a lot lighter on my arm. Not that G6 was big, heavier, but this is smaller and I can feel the difference. Also, when I with the clothing, it doesn't get caught in the sleeves. It's almost at all, so I don't have this with the clothing. And also G6, I remember a few times I used to bump into door frames. With this one, because it's a lot thinner, I don't have this problem anymore. So it is, the small size makes a difference, which I really like it, and that's why size is on the first place. Second point, it's adhesive and durability. So even this is smaller, a lot smaller than G6. It's well made on the aspects of thickness, so it sticks really good. So for me this is a really good point, because I practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a grappling sport, and that was a big problem. For G6 I used to have a full system to keep it in place. I used to use a big adhesive band to cover it, something non-sticking band first, and then a big adhesive over non-sticking, and then on top of that I used to use tape. So it was quite a process, and even like that sometimes I used to just lose it during the heavy sparring sessions. With ONE Plus, I usually they ship it with an over patch, and this over patch I use it every time. It really helps. This is the over patch here. I can show you right now. It's coming in the box. You take it and you stick it over the sensor. It's like this. So if you can focus, yeah. It's having two sides. You take this out and you put it on top of your sensor here, like this. And you cover it, and it just goes perfectly, and it never failed on me, guys. So surprisingly, even if it is tiny, smaller, it just sticks so much better. So never in Jiu-Jitsu, in this 1 year time, never happened, even if it was hot and I sweat a lot, never had issues during sparring, and it is quite intense. I also did swimming, I do running, cycling. I did it in cold weather, in hot weather with a lot of sweat, and never fails. So this aspect is really much better. I don't need to use anything at all. Third point is the price. As I said earlier, Dexcom G6 price was £159 per month. Dexcom ONE Plus, it's $84.99. So this is a significant difference, especially if you fund self-funding this sensor. For me, the price difference was very important. So yeah, this helped me when I made a choice. Point number 4, grace period. Dexcom ONE Plus is giving you a grace period of 12 hours. What this means? It means after the 10 days period expires, you get an extra 12 hours in which you can still use the sensor and get readings. In this time you can choose when is the best for you to replace the old sensor with a new sensor. It helps because before with Dexcom G6 it was hard to predict where you are going to be, where I'm going to be when the sensor expires, and sometimes you are at work, it just stops when you are in the middle of something, and it's gonna take a while until you'll get a chance to fit a new sensor. So this is a good addition, a good upgrade, which it helps. Now if it stops, you are at work, you still get readings until you get a chance to go back home, and when you are ready, you place the new sensor, and this way you avoid missing the data. Point number 5, warm-up time. G6 used to warm up in 2 hours. Dexcom ONE Plus, it takes only 30 minutes to warm up. That's a nice improvement. Also as I will mention later, you still have some accuracy issues after these 30 minutes. But it is shorter and theoretically better. If you like what you are seeing, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Leave comments with your thoughts below. How do you find Dexcom ONE Plus? What do you think about it? Is it better than G6? You prefer G7? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now I will give you 3 points about what I don't like about Dexcom ONE Plus. Point number 1, accuracy after startup. So as I touched on this point earlier, G6 used to have problems at this aspect. So even after 2 hours warm up, my readings weren't correct. I had to calibrate several times and wait and give it time until it just settled into. So G6 used to be like sometimes even full day long, sometimes less, but never after 2 hours. Never. I don't remember one sensor being in 4 years and a half being immediately precise. So it always takes time. With ONE Plus, expectation more to be better. It is a little bit better, but not much. I still, after these 30 minutes, I still need like half day, 6-8 hours to get accurate results. In these 6-8 hours I need to prick my finger, calibrate 4 or 5 times and give it time, and then it's slowly getting there and starts to get good readings. So here is a quick video example to show you how long it takes and how much I need to calibrate if I'm not using the tip I've told you about. This tip helps, but sometimes still can be tricky. So here is an example. This is my first calibration, so probably this is around this time I changed the sensor, and my first calibration was, as you can see, in the morning. Here I had some problems. I don't remember what happened here. Maybe I was away from the phone, or possible I don't remember exactly what it was, where I lost signal. Sometimes it's doing this, but the focus here is just to show you how many times I calibrated. Here it was on a Friday, 4, that means I wasn't happy. And then day after 20, Again, not in the morning, I had to do another calibration. Point number 2, sensor errors and failures. So with G6, I used to have some errors and failures, less failures, but errors. For instance, when applying pressure on it during sleep, as I wear it on the back of my arm when I was sleeping on it sometimes, ending up doing a lot of pressure on it, applying a lot of pressure, involuntary, of course, it just starts to give extremely low false readings. And with G6 giving consistent alarm, it was just a nuisance. It was absolutely ruined a few nights just because of that. Sometimes recovered the day after, but sometimes never. I had to replace the sensor just because of that. With One Plus, it happens more. So it is much more sensitive to this pressure application. This is what I found. So I had to replace 2 sensors, I think, in this over 1 year, because of during my sleep I end up applying a bit of more pressure on it. Now I'm more experienced, I know where to place it to avoid that. I have one particular area looking at how I sleep, and I know how to avoid it, but it doesn't take much. So if you press on it a little bit, it just goes off and starts to give you false alarms, and it doesn't come back. G6 used to recover itself. This one, it didn't. So once I put a lot of pressure on it, it was ruined. I had to take it off and replace a new one. So this chapter, it's not good. And another thing which I never had with G6, it just failed. So it happened with like few sensors in a row, just started to fail. So I got an alarm saying sensor error, you need to replace it. So just like that. With G6 never happened this. With Dexcom ONE Plus I had 2 sensors. I don't know if it was some batch or anything, but yeah, with G6 never happened. With this happened twice in 1 year. So this point, I'm afraid the new One Plus it's worse. Point number 3, app and alarms. So this is quite a significant point for some of you guys. So if you are a person which rely on the sensor on Dexcom to give you alarms when you are low blood sugar or high blood sugar, this is it's not good. This is not a sensor for you. So it still gives you an alarm, but it's very basic. It's not like G6. G6 was to be absolutely just crazy. It was a nuisance, so you couldn't do anything just to switch off the phone, I think. Sometimes this one, it gives you an alarm at the level you set up in the app, and once you confirm that's it. It never comes back. So it's that, if for you this is a problem, for me it wasn't, and it's not such a big issue because I feel lows and highs, but still sometimes when I sleep and sometimes it goes up, it just says once. Even if you do confirm it, if you don't confirm the alarm, it goes like once or twice and then stops. It doesn't go continuously, going louder. G6 used to go louder and louder and louder, and this one, it doesn't go ever louder. If it's on silent, it's going to stay on silent. That one, even if it was on silent, G6, even if it was on silent, was giving you an alarm. This one, it doesn't. It just vibrates, and that's it. So it's just a different level. Nothing like it used to be on G6. So for me, it's not an issue, but for some of you, this can be a problem. Now, guys, for those of you who stayed until this point, I promise you I'm gonna give you a tip. So I noticed something which helps me with the accuracy when I put a new sensor. As I said earlier, when you put a new sensor, it takes time until it gives you accurate readings. So now, because it's having this grace period of time, 12 hours, when the sensor hits this 12 period time, I leave the old sensor there and I place the new sensor on the other arm, and without starting it, and I leave it there for a number of hours. It depends where I'm in the day, but I'm trying to keep it as long as possible, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and then I stop the old sensor and I start the new sensor. and by doing so you get faster, more accurate reading. So after this after this warm-up period, which is like 30 minutes, you get sometimes very quickly. You calibrate like I calibrate like 2 times, and then immediately starts to get very close to the right numbers. So I think this is a really good tip if you have time and you remember to, when you hit this 12 hours to, when you are at home, place the new sensor, leave it there, give it some time, and I think you get a better chance to get the numbers, more accurate numbers, faster. Before I finish, I use it with Apple. I have Apple Watch Ultra, and it worked well. I use one of the complications, how they are called in Apple faces, and it just is reading. It's a little bit of a problem because when you have it on the screen, you don't get all the time, just by looking at the watch at the glance, the number. Sometimes you have a line and you need to click it and then it brings another. So this is annoying. I haven't found a way to fix this. If you do, please let me know. I'm interested. Yeah, I just wanted to mention this. It works with the Apple Watch if you need it, but it works via phone. If you want it to work directly with your watch, you need to go with the G7. I think that has the technology to connect directly to your watch. This one is in the same way of G6, via your Apple phone. So overall, if you are thinking about Dexcom ONE Plus, you need to consider, are you heavy on alarms? If alarms is a big thing for you, it's not the right sensor for you. Otherwise, it is a small sensor. It sticks very well on the arm. It's very robust, and it is cheaper. I think it's important. It's almost half of the price of the other alternative, which is G7. With accuracy, it's not far from G6. It's, I would say, the same, a bit better maybe on the warming up. After warming up, I think it takes a little bit shorter to get closer to the accuracy numbers, but with the method I told you, you get quicker, better values. So I still think it's a strong option. If you found this video useful, give it thumbs up, leave comments below what you think about Dexcom ONE Plus, you like it or not, and subscribe to my channel. Before you go, make sure you check out my channel. It's having some cool videos about many things, sports activities, food, and many things. Thanks for stopping by.